Hey everybody, my name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. I wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of The Morning Show. I'm the creator, the producer, and the host of the show. We want you to check out our website. It's themorningshowwithnatalie.com. You can go to that website. You can see all about our sponsors, all about the show. You can even listen to live episodes while they're going on right there from the website. Another way to listen to the show live is go to Live 365. You can download that app and just search for The Morning Show. It's right there. Super easy. We want you to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you will. That way you can keep up with what's going on the morning show. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it. My name is Natalie Duncan-Emmons. You are listening to The Morning Show, and we have been anticipating this all week long. We've been excited. It's a big week for the Kramers. We've been telling you about this new album that is out today. Today is the day. We want you to go out and get this new album. And big news, the Kramers have been our featured artists all week, and today they are here. Do we have the Kramers with us?
Yes, you've got Rachel and Maria here today.
So we've got a couple. We've got Rachel and Maria. We are excited. We've been celebrating the Kramers all week long.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And I have heard the project. Donna King from Stowtown sent me one of these a week or two ago. And so I have had the honor of hearing it in its entirety. I've listened to every song more than once. I've heard the whole thing. So everyone is in for a treat today. When they download this project, I know they're going to do that. They'll get to hear it. And I know what they're in for. And it's going to be exciting. This is a terrific project. I know you're proud of it.
Oh, thank you so much, Natalie.
Well, the Kramers are a little new to the morning show. The morning show itself is new. We've only been around for a few months. And we have a lot of listeners who listen to the morning show who Southern gospel is not their go-to. This is new for them. And everything about Southern gospel music is a little bit new to some of our listeners. So the Kramers are a little bit new to the morning show, not Southern gospel. You're not new to Southern gospel music by any means, but you're a little bit new to the morning show. And I want people to get to know Scott and Rachel and Maria and Ben this morning. And we've only got Rachel and Maria, but I have a feeling you know a lot about Scott and Ben as well. So you can kind of fill us in. And you can probably give us the lowdown. It may be a good thing they're not here because you can probably give us the lowdown on the guys.
Oh, yeah. All good things.
All good things. Let's take this first segment and let's just talk about the four of you, if you've got time for that, because I just did a little research and I've never met you. You know, we don't really personally know each other, but I've looked into you guys and this is what I have discovered and what I found out about the Kramers. And I will start with Scott. Scott's the dad. Scott's the manager of the group. He sings with the group. He plays with the group. But here's an interesting fact that I came across that I wanted you to tell me a little bit about. Is it true that Scott produced a nationally and even internationally syndicated radio program with Woody Wright? I think it was called Good News Music Radio with Woody Wright. Is that right? It was like all over the place, 32 states, 11 countries. That is fascinating to me. Would you just tell me about that?
Sure, Natalie. Thank you. Oh, Scott loved doing that radio program. And it was a very sad day when he had to make the decision to, not be able to produce it anymore with Woody. He just couldn't keep making the trips over to Gaither Studios. We were too busy on the road. But oh my goodness, that was a wonderful ride that we had with that program. And it was just packed with great, solid gospel music. And then Scott was really good at making sure there was a lot of meat, shared right before the songs on the program, where there were lots of great scriptures and encouraging interviews. And anyway, it was just really excellent. And he did several DVD productions with it too. So we were able to, share the platform with a lot of really dear friends, great artists, and get to know them a little bit better too. So it was a wonderful blessing.
That is amazing. That is super impressive. And it sounds like Scott has worked hand in hand with some pretty impressive characters out of gospel music. Wow.
Yeah. Characters. That's good.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's very interesting. And then we've got you. We've got Rachel, who is, you're the mom of not only are you the soprano vocalist, the lead vocalist of the group, but you're the mom of the group. You're a fabulous artist. You're a speaker in and of yourself. You go all over the place. You speak to women's groups, probably to any group. You're fabulous at that. I've heard a lot about that.
You've also got your own solo CDs that have received a lot of attention, nationally, all over the place. But one thing that I heard about you that I just want to mention, and I'd like for you to tell us about it. Is it true that you have performed or sang in front of 2 U.S. presidents?
Yes, that is true. And it was a tremendous honor for me. I remember calling my mom. I said, Mom, are you sitting down? I said, you're not going to believe this. I've just been invited, We did. We laughed because,
Well, it's a huge deal. And I interviewed.
it wasn't on the radar, and it was incredibly special. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, and we should recognize that. I interview Southern gospel singers all the time, and we talk about, we talk about singing and writing and all of those things, but there's just not many people that we can say this about. And I just had to bring that up because that's a really big deal. And that's got to be, when you look back over your life, that's got to be one of those things that just stands out. That's just incredibly special.
No, really, it does. And I learned so much being there in Washington, D.C. too. And I think that was important for me as a believer, was to get a bigger picture understanding,
Yeah, that's incredible.
So
and then we've got Maria, who is right here with us on the show this morning. Maria, you're the daughter of Scott and Rachel. Of course, you're no stranger to gospel music. It's fascinating that from what I've read, that you began singing on the stage in front of people at the age of 4. Is that right? Just a baby.
Yes. And I appreciate you recognizing that I am the daughter. Try to figure out who I am, and I have been asked if I'm even my dad's sister. Which,
oh my goodness,
or his mom. And I'm like, you need to get some glasses.
Well, you're at a disadvantage, Maria. You're young and beautiful, but the thing is, when you're sitting by your mom, not everybody has a mother that looks like your mom. She looks extremely young and she looks extremely beautiful and well. And so you're just not standing next to an average looking mom. It's a little different here.
Thank you, Natalie.
We've got some fun pictures that we can share sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Well, so you had kind of said that I sang the first time when I was 4, and it was at our home church in Peoria, Illinois, called Grace Presbyterian Church. It's a conservative PCA church, and they do a big Christmas program every single year, and it's televised, stationed on all of our local TV stations on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And so when I was 4 years old, I sang Happy Birthday, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And that video, actually, we have it on YouTube if anybody wanted to watch it. But now that I'm a mom, I watch it and I get really emotional every time, because there's something really precious about hearing a child sing to the Lord. It's just, even if it wasn't me, I would still be emotional about it, because it's really sweet.
Well, mentioning your babies, that's the other thing that I wanted to ask you about. You've been a performer all of your life. You've been on the road for years and years and years, but you've got these babies now. You've got 2 little ones. You've got the little girl. Is it Elizabeth Noel? I think's the little girl's name. Is that right? And then you've got the little boy, Bennett. Do y'all call him Bennett? Is that his name?
Yes. He's
okay.
Squishy.
Yeah. So you've got these babies. That has had to have been an adjustment. I mean, how has it changed the traveling, the performing, the ministering to people? When you get places, now you've got babies, to take care of. And it's got to be a challenge, or at least a change on the road. Tell us about that.
So it's a huge blessing that they can come with me full time. I wouldn't do it if they couldn't. So I feel really especially blessed that my children can be with me all the time with what I do for a living. The challenge that I've had is understanding my priorities, because before a concert, I get really focused. I'm really praying about the ministry opportunity, about making sure that the concert goes well, that it's excellent for the Lord. And I'm thinking about that. But I have to remember that my children are my priority first and foremost. And so it's been a transition, because you're getting them ready before a concert. And so you don't have as much time to be still. In fact, we're usually rushing up until the moment the concert starts. Right. And then just making sure they're taken care of properly during a concert. And I am very thorough with that. And so it's been a unique challenge, especially adding a second child, but it's the biggest blessing. I wouldn't change it at all.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you are a fabulous mother, and you've got a support team there. I mean, you've got your parents, and you've got BM.
For sure. I've had to apologize to Elizabeth before and just say, I am so sorry that I got so caught up in rushing that I overlooked you asking for a snack. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're learning as we go. everybody is. I understand my mom a lot more now that I'm a mom. And I've told her, you're amazing, because now I understand all you did for us over the years. And it's a good learning experience.
Yeah. Then we've got Ben. That's
Yeah.
your husband, Elizabeth. Let me ask you this. Do you call her Elizabeth or Elizabeth Noel or Noel? What do we call the little girl?
Her name is Elizabeth, but whenever we greet her, it's Elizabeth Noel. So I mean,
Elizabeth Noel.
we
Yeah.
love, actually, if you're familiar with the Collingsworth family,
Mhm.
Courtney, who is the blonde daughter,
Mhm.
she is, I mean, all of them are my dear friends, but Courtney's middle name is Noel. And so we named Elizabeth after her. And
Isn't that something?
we just love the way Elizabeth Noel sounds. It fits her perfectly.
It's beautiful. I'm sure it does fit her personality. So Ben is Elizabeth and Bennett's dad. He's your husband, but probably what he's most known for, if we're just all truthful, that's Gerald Wolf's son. And anybody that knows anything about Southern gospel music, well, you know Gerald Wolf, you know Greater, but you know all of those guys. So that's the connection there. You've got Ben, who is Gerald's son. And something that was fascinating when you guys got married, from what I read, Dr. Charles Stanley married
Yeah.
you. Is that correct?
Yes, Gerald is on the board for In Touch Ministries and is with Dr. Stanley often. And when Ben and I got engaged, we really talked about, wow, I wonder if Dr. Stanley would marry us. And he hadn't officiated a wedding in a very long time because he had other priorities, and weddings
Sure.
were handled by other pastors within the church.
Mhm.
And Gerald approached him about it, and he said absolutely. And he married us on a Monday after a board meeting at the First Baptist Atlanta Church at their chapel. And it was a very small, intimate wedding, but it was so special. It was at Christmas time. And my dad, when he walked me down the aisle, I think he was just more excited about seeing Dr. Stanley in front.
Wow.
It was a really special moment.
Absolutely. That's incredible. Well, we're here today to talk about this new album. And I got distracted talking about all the family and talking about the babies and all of that. But we're going to play one off of this album right now. This one's called Because We Believe. We just like this one. So we're going to play it. Don't project. We've been talking about it all week here on the show, but today is the day it's available now. We want you to go out and get it. The name of this brand new project is Sing Me There. Everything on the album is terrific. You've got the lyrical ballads, you've got the catchy upbeat tunes that are just, you hear it one time and you can kind of sing along with it. And then you got a little touch of maybe some praise and worship, maybe is even what you would call it. But some of the most beautiful orchestration that you will ever hear is on this project right here. You've got 12 songs written by some of the greatest writers that gospel music has to offer. Tell us about this new project. What do you want people to know about it?
Oh my goodness. Well, just to start, it has really ministered to us as a family. And I think that's the beauty of putting something together like this is, there's a big process that happens, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of prayer, and just making sure that it's what God wants, And so the songs have been chosen because they've really ministered to us. They've really meant a lot to us personally. And so it's been just beautiful watching it come together, and it has far exceeded what we had even imagined it being. So we're eager for it to minister to people too. And I agree with what you said. The writing on the album is just absolutely superb and just deeply meaningful for all of us who believe. And so thank you for what you've said, because that really is encouraging for us.
It was produced by Wayne Hahn, and Wayne is just an absolute musical genius. He is incredible, and he really guides us well when it comes to picking songs, and then his arrangements and his orchestrations. We really owe a lot, excuse me, we owe a lot to Wayne. And we feel so blessed to have these songs from the songwriters. And like Mom said, we're just really hoping that they really touch people.
Well, when you work with Stowtown Records and people like Wayne Hahn, it's hard to go wrong with that. My favorite song on the album is the one that you released right off the bat. And sometimes groups don't do that. Of course, everybody has the reasoning for what they do. It's way above my understanding. But sometimes, I'll get a new project. Somebody will come out with a new album and they'll release a song. And I will think to myself, why did they release that one right off? Why was that their first choice? And I won't understand it. But you nailed it with
Oh,
your first single. It's my favorite one off of the album. It's the best radio song off of the album. And in my opinion, always send out the best one first. Get their attention with the very best thing you have to put out there. And you did that with this song right here, Sing Me There. We love it. And I think this song is going to be terrific. Now, remind me, I'm looking here and the writing is so smart. My eyes are getting terrible when my old age. Remind me who wrote this. Was it Kenna Turner
Yeah.
West?
This song was written by Kenna Turner West, Jeff Bumgardner, and Jason.
That's
House.
right. Yeah.
It was written back in 2017 and it was just pitched to us this year. And my dad immediately, we were listening to so many songs together and he just said, we're doing that song.
Oh.
And the song really feels like a campfire song where it's something you sing with friends and you can catch on by the last chorus. If you've never heard the song before, you're singing along.
You're singing every word.
And we love that. But even more than that, the song talks about singing you through a difficult time in your life, singing you to Jesus. And so I really love that meaning behind the song.
I do too.
Yeah. I made the comment a second ago. There were some songs on here that once you heard it one time, you had it. It was catchy. You could, and this is definitely one of those songs. This is the new single from the Kramers. I have a feeling it's going to do very, very well. Off of the new album. We want you to go get it right now. Don't wait. We have Rachel and Maria from the Kramers here with us talking about this brand new album. The whole project is packed full of great songs, but there's one particular song that I wanted to talk about. I didn't ask you about this ahead of time, so the one that I'm going to ask you about may catch you off guard. I don't know. But there's one that's written by Scott. That's Rachel's husband, Maria's dad, the dad of the family, and he's a songwriter. He wrote one called Take Heed, My Son. I like everything about this song. I like the words. I like the melody. I like the feel. It's just easy to listen to. Now, if Scott was here, I'd say, Scott, where'd you get the inspiration? What made you write this? He's not here. And can you speak on behalf of Scott and just tell us?
Yeah.
I just am fascinated with the song. Can you tell me about it?
Oh, of course, I would be so happy to. And I will be sure and share that with him. It'll mean a lot to him. He was visiting a very dear friend of ours in Germany and his family. Thomas is his name. And they were out on the Baltic Sea fishing.
Back in 1994.
Yeah, 94. And we were just starting to date. Anyhow, when he was so moved by the Lord, just looking out over the expanse of the waters and just the sky and all that God had made. And God gave him this song. And so he got back to the house there in their home and sat down at the piano and just wrote the whole thing in one setting. And so, here we are. We've had this song we've been married how many years? 27?
Yes.
We've had this song, that we just enjoyed ourselves, and it's never been produced. And so when we were getting ready to do this album, Scott said, I think it's time to pull that one out. I'd really like to have that, put together by Wayne, and let's see, what God will do with it to minister to people. So, it is beautiful. And it means a lot that it has moved you.
It's gorgeous.
And
it is beautiful.
And Natalie, I don't know if you knew this, but for all the listeners, we, over the last 4 weeks, have released episodes on our YouTube channel. And on our YouTube channel, we have 4 episodes. Each episode contains 3 songs, and it takes you behind the scenes, the making of the song. And so you can see Dad share the meaning behind Take Heed, My Son, and then see him in the studio recording it and so forth. Same with every song. And we were really excited to share that with people.
Can we play it right now on the show off of
Absolutely.
the album? Let's do it. Scott Kramer wrote this one right here, and you're going to do this project. We've highlighted this group. We want to thank them for spending some time with us on this Friday morning, and congratulations on a great new project.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you so much. We hope we get to meet you in person.
Well, I hope so. I'm coming to convention this year. I haven't been in about 20 years, but I'm coming this year. So I'm going to look up the Kramers so that we can meet face to face. That'll be a lot of fun.
Well, one of the things I just wanted to share with the listeners is that we just pray that as you continue to walk with the Lord, that you'll be reminded He is with you. He never leaves us, never will He forsake us. And so I think that's the message of the music on this album, is that he is always with us and walking among us, ministering to us. He will meet us right where we are, whatever we're going through. We might be on the top of the mountain, or we might be on the hike in between or in the valley. So stay encouraged, friends. And, one day our Lord's going to come. He's going to take us home, So stay encouraged.
Congratulations on this new album. It's terrific. Look, don't forget, go download it today. Sing Me There by the Kramers. It's available wherever you get your music. Kramers, you've got a friend here on the morning show. Don't forget that.
Thank you, Natalie.
We're going out with one more off of this album. I like this little tune. I like Matthew Lawson, and Matthew wrote this song. He's a great guy. So we're going out to All Day, Every Day.